So as we have our complex numbers, we can also perform calculations such as addition and subtraction, which is in the standard form. Remember, the standard form of a complex number is writing it in the form of A plus or minus JB like that. This is referred to as the standard. This is our standard form, or can be referred to as the rectangular form. You might have this as the rectangular form. So that is, we can perform addition and subtraction. Remember, we've got the real part, A representing the real term, and the part of J representing what? The imaginary term that we cannot simplify. Square root of -1 cannot be simplified. So simply for addition and subtraction, you have to add the real terms together, or you're supposed to subtract the real terms together. That is the condition there. You're supposed to add or to subtract real terms together. The real terms on their own. Also, you can add or you can subtract the imaginary terms together. Okay, that is imaginary terms together. Imaginary terms. So this is the condition, because there's nothing there. You are given to simplify two complex numbers. Simplify. You'll be given questions like that. Okay, let us just consider the first question. 2 plus J3 plus 4 plus J6. You're given to add these two. Guys, there's nothing there. The plus does not affect anything. It's just like there's a +1 here. Here, it's just like a 1. So the effect is just 1 affecting everything, distributed to everything. So the bracket remains as it is. 2 plus J3. The plus does not affect +1. The signs are not affected. They remain as they are. 4 plus J6. So which terms are we referring to as the real terms? The numbers, the 2 and the 4. The part where we do not have a J. So we're going to add the 2 and the 4. The part of the imaginary terms on their own. So we're going to be working with the J3 and J6 on their own. So that is the condition. Let's add the real together, 2 and 4. That is going to give us 6. Plus the part of J on its own. So there's a plus, So just add the numbers 3 plus 6. You add those numbers, 3 plus 6, which is a 9. But you're having what? You're having a J. So this is going to be J9 or 9J. That's adding. If it was a subtraction on the same question, let's say they gave us, okay, let's just say this is 1, 2. Let's say it was a subtraction, 2 plus J3 minus a bracket 4 plus J6. One and the same. Expand, there is a -1 here. Here it's just a positive. So the minus, just like subtracting, expand everything with that minus. So this was going to be 2 plus J3. Then it's minus times this, which is -4. Minus times J6 minus J6. The negative affects everything. So you're back to those terms, the real terms, the 2 and the -4. So 2 minus 4, the J3 and the J6, the part of the J on its own. So that's plus. This one, it's a plus. And this one, it's a minus. Nothing has changed. The sign are not changed. It's not an equation. Nothing has changed. They remain as they are. Positive as they are, negative as they are. So combine 2 minus 4. That's -2. Then 3 minus 6. 3 minus 6 is what? That's a minus. So that's minus J3. That is going to give us a -3. So it will be minus J3. Subtraction. So the only consideration there will be your directed numbers, the signs there, the minus and this and that. That will be the only consideration. Otherwise, there's nothing that you're supposed to worry about in terms of addition and subtraction. You are given to simplify this minus 3 minus J9 in a bracket like this, plus minus 4 minus a J in a bracket. It's adding. There's nothing. The plus there, this one, just expand everything. Means everything is going to remain as it is. Minus 3 minus J9, the plus and minus 4, minus 4, the plus and minus J. So it simply means we have to consider these together, the minus 3 and the minus 4 together. That is where the directed numbers now are playing a role. We have used the plus, but it's now a minus. So it's minus 3, minus 4. The part of the J on its own, there is minus J9, and this is minus J. The minus J, there is a number there, which is a 1. If the number is not given, that's a 1. So simplify the real on their own, the real terms. Minus 3, minus 4, that's a minus 7. Imaginary on their own, minus 9 and minus 1. There's a J there. So you consider minus 9 minus 1. So it's minus 9 minus 1, which is minus 10. So that's minus J10. Remember, there is a J there. So questions can be like that. Is it a subtraction that you are given? Questions can be like that. You're not supposed to worry about anything. Apply that concept as it is. Expand, just expand. This is the easier way, guys. If you consider this, you're not going to even worry. You're given 2 minus J3 like this, minus a bracket. This is minus 4 plus a J16. Expand by there's a bracket. Expand that. So this is 2. Nothing is going to change. Minus J3 minus times minus, that's a plus. Minus and a minus, that's a minus. So this is plus 4 minus and a plus there, that's a minus J16. Everything has changed in this case. Consider the real terms on their own. The 2 and what? The 4. These are the real terms. 2 plus 4. Imaginary, the J, the part of J on its own. This is minus J3 minus J16. This is where we are. This is where we are, guys. Add these two numbers. 2 plus 4. What are we going to have? That's a 6. There is a minus 3, a minus 16. So it's minus 3 minus 16. That's minus 19. So it's minus J19 because of the J that you're given. So don't worry about these these calculations, guys. You are used to these calculations. The way that you are used to that, simplify as it is. As it is, 0 plus J8 minus, then the other bracket you are given, minus 6 minus J4. Just expand. There's a 1, this is minus 1. So it's 1 times it's expanded. There's no effect as it is. That's a 0 plus J8. Minus 1, distribute this. Minus 1 and minus 6. Minus, minus, that's a plus. Distribute minus 1 and minus, that's a plus. Just like that. So you can see the real terms there, the 0 and the 6. Add these real terms, 0 plus 6. The imaginary part of the J, the J8 and the J4. So this is plus J8 plus J4. So that's it. 0 plus 6, that's 6. We are adding. There's already a plus there, so it's just add the numbers. 8 plus 4, that's 12. But there is a J. So that's J 12. A positive. So I need us to work with more questions. Try to revise as much as you can on your addition and subtraction. Where there are questions on the comment section, let me know so that we can do those revisions together at Math Zone African Motives. Till we meet again.